welcome everybody here to the X-Bomb Sports Live Show. My name is Andrew Valentin. I hope you all are having a wonderful Wednesday. We're, of course, coming to you live here from the Illinois Media School here in Lombard, Illinois. Again, wherever it is for you, ladies and gentlemen, day or night. I hope it is just right. And with me, as always, is the amazing, the immaculate man himself, Mr. Drew Gwillem. Drew, how you doing, man?
I'm doing.
That's good, man. I'm glad you're doing.
Every day's a special day.
Yes.
One way or the other.
One way or the other, we would find a way to make it through.
Yeah.
And it's very tough sometimes.
And we're here.
We are here. And I'm glad you're here, man, because we got a lot to talk about. We were going to have a whole lot more. But real quick, unfortunately, tomorrow will not be happening. There's some scheduling conflicts on there. So, but we've got a lot of stuff we want to talk about even still. So, Drew, without further ado, are you ready?
Always.
All right. Well, before we do this, I just have to say something. Okay.
Yes, please.
Thursday, we had a show in which we obviously talked about Kyrie Irving and the whole situation going on there. And since then, he has now been suspended for 5 games. The Nets gave him this long list of things to do. And this is not going to be a topic. I'm just saying the details of what's kind of come out now because I really don't want to get into more on Kyrie until a situation really kind of comes up a little bit more on it. But I just want to say to the people that have been willing to have good, willing to discuss conversations, I appreciate you guys for your emails and everything. Because you guys, whether you agree with us or not, you're willing to have that discussion about, the situation at hand with Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets and all of that stuff, right? But to those people that have decided that they are going to use hate speech and use words and say things that are going to discriminate and dehumanize people, it's not going to be allowed. I'm not going to tolerate it. Nobody on this show is going to tolerate it. So from here on in, if you do that, you're getting blocked. That's the deal. No more emails, no more comments, nothing like that. We had all these people that were coming and flooding in, saying all these things, and I did my best to talk to them. And if they're seeing it somehow, however, I tried my best to talk to you. But I can only do so much before eventually I have to say enough is enough. I don't condone it. You can believe and think whatever you want. And it's a free world out there, folks. You can do, believe, think whatever you want, but it doesn't come without consequences. And it's the same thing on this show. And I just want that to be very clear here. Thank you to those who want to have the good conversation, who want to have the talk, who want to be able to discuss these things. To those that want to just simply use this as an opportunity to push certain ideals that will create more hate speech and more hatred and more dehumanization and discrimination and all things like that. We don't want it. No, thank you. Please find another show.
Yep.
Simple
Rather not have any fans than fans like you who want to be racist, anti-Semitic, bigotry,
Absolutely.
Bullying of any kind, anyway, like that. Because we're not down.
Absolutely.
For that.
And by the way,
it's not okay anywhere. It's not okay here, and we don't want to hear from you. And
it came from all sides. I'm going to say that too. It came from all sides. This wasn't just people being anti-Semitic. There were other people that were being very racist against Kyrie and all that stuff too. None of that is being allowed. Okay? Peace, love, positivity. That's what we've always been about with this show. We're trying to have fun. We're trying to do what we want to do up here. Not going to allow that.
We can talk about individuals poorly in a way that they're going about their lives and the things that they're doing without being racial about it or speaking poorly of somebody because of things that shouldn't be an issue at all.
Absolutely.
So get with the program.
Absolutely.
It's 2022. It's time for you to grow up and quit with this crap.
Yeah. Please.
There's no place for it anywhere.
Absolutely. So
That's
from there,
let's do sports now.
We're talking sports. It's time to move on, Drew. Let's do this.
Let's do.
So we're starting this one off.
Yeehaw!
Finally.
Yeehaw!
With the Bears, ladies and gentlemen.
How about it?
How about it? How about it? That was
you gonna say you're wrong yet? Because you probably should. You should start backpedaling now. Because that would be best for you.
I will give this, okay? I will say that I think the Bears certainly have found their guy. I won't say franchise quarterback just yet, but I will say I think the Bears have found their guy. What I'm differing from that is to say that he's the man that will carry them to a championship is to say he's a franchise quarterback. That's what I mean, okay? But to say they found their guy is to say they have found the quarterback that clearly can lead them. I talked with a friend about it. He talked me off the ledge of saying he's not the guy and stuff. But he said, he'll give me...
Backpedal.
Yes. Listen, I will say at this point, he's the guy. I just don't want to say franchise quarterback just yet, okay? So if you want, I'll order the Justin Fields orange jersey. I'll start wearing it on Sundays, whatever.
Yes.
That's what it takes.
Granted, there are still things that need to be worked out.
Absolutely.
With young quarterbacks, there usually always are. But the growth you've seen in this short period of time, the quickness to make decisions, much faster than it was to start the season.
Absolutely.
He's just seeing things better. He's making those throws that he wasn't making early on.
Yeah.
He's taking what the defense is giving him.
Right.
Just because he's running a lot and he ran for 178 yards, he's not a running quarterback. He is a thrower.
Yeah, he's a quarterback who can run.
He is a thrower.
Yeah.
He is a big-time athlete.
Right.
Big, strong, fast, athletic.
Yeah.
That's why he's capable of doing these things. He didn't have to do these things at Ohio State. Standing back in the pocket, waiting all day long to find till somebody got open.
Right.
Okay? It's different here. They've had to adjust. They've adjusted to that. Play calling and all of that. Guess what? The players adjusted as well, and he looks damn good right now.
He does. He very much does. And that's why I will concede on saying he's not the guy. I will give on he's the guy.
Damn right.
I will give on that. I will totally give on that. I talked with a buddy of mine. We had a little bit of an out on it, and he made me see the light on it. He's clearly a guy that's showing the growth and development, and I can, now looking back at the tape, he is leading that team. I saw somebody, and I give it to Luke Getsy too. He's doing what obviously Nagy and others before him were not able to do, which is form-fitting an offense around him while installing the little bits and pieces of the offense he probably had at Green Bay or whatever, or was developing into it, right? So while
man down.
Yeah, man down. So while he's letting Justin Fields be Justin Fields, he's also saying, but let's get my offense in there too. So by next year, with the hopefulness that they get more pieces in there that can help him out, because I looked at this year's free agent class, this upcoming one, and then even next year's, they may need these next 2 years to find the receivers in the offensive line. And it's loaded with some guys that they can go get for pretty good prices too. So I think with that, you will see him continue to develop. And as long as Luke Getsy, I think, is the man that's working with him, because I forget his name, I apologize, but somebody was saying on the score that they didn't want to see it go down the Cam Newton route where, and I'm sure you know this, where he's so athletic, he's so talented, so let's just let him do his thing. Well, letting him do his thing kind of undermined his development a little bit, to where we saw him throwing rocket passes, but they weren't very accurate. We saw him taking a lot of runs where he was taking too many chances.
At the same time, Cam Newton wasn't the thrower that
Right.
Justin Fields was coming out of college.
Fields is
and
far
now,
more accurate.
much better thrower, deep ball thrower, all the way around.
Yes,
A thrower of the football, more accurate, stronger arm, all the way around.
absolutely.
So that plays into it as well.
Yes, for sure. But I mean, listen, they played a really good game. They unfortunately lost here to Miami. But from your perspective, I mean, seeing this game, even outside of just obviously we can say Justin Fields looked magnificent in this game. But outside of that, I mean, anything else for the Bears or even for the Dolphins that you saw in this game? What were your thoughts overall from watching this one?
For having the studs that the Dolphins do on defense, they are playing very poor defense this year.
They're off.
Very.
Yeah.
Very. Pro Bowl, high caliber corners on both sides.
Yeah.
Top tier talent. They just traded for Nick Chubb, or not Nick Chubb, Bradley Chubb.
Yes.
Still, both of them are beasts.
Right.
Nick Chubb probably squat more than Bradley Chubb.
Oh,
still.
yeah, absolutely.
They
I
just,
think Nick Chubb's bro in that situation.
They just brought Bradley Chubb in. Granted, it's his first game here, so he's not playing full-time snaps, but still.
Right.
They weren't able to do much of anything. No. They weren't able to really stop this offense.
Yeah.
Granted, the Bears weren't able to stop their offense. On offense for Miami, it is what it is. That's what I expect. They showed you who they are on offense. Mm-hmm. Jeff Wilson going there is going to be a big addition for them because he stepped right in and played really well.
A sneaky grab by them. I did not think
knows
much,
the offense already.
Yeah. And he knows the guy that's starting in front of him because he was the guy backing him up when he got hurt.
Mostert and Jeff Wilson, both running backs with him in San Francisco.
It's a real 1-2 punch for them.
So getting them there and having them both know the offense, he was able to step in right away and had no problems.
Absolutely.
As far as the Bears defense, it's bad.
Yes.
They're bottom like 31 ranked in defense, I think, so far.
Right there at the very bottom.
There's work to do. They have a lot of young players. They just traded 2 of their top defensive players away.
Yes.
Okay. But how long has it been that you've sat here as a Bears fan and gone, wow, I wish we had better defense to match up with our really good offense.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that we have a really good offense, but they're playing that way, averaging around 30 points over the last handful of games. That's really damn good.
Yeah, it very much feels they're not as bad. But it feels a lot like the Detroit Lions situation where you're looking at their offense saying, boy, they put up so many points, but the defense just continues to let just enough get by where they're out of the game. Now, again, Lions, I think, are in a much more significant hole than the Bears are at right now. There's pieces there for the Bears to absolutely take a hold of and continue to build around, even on defense, right? Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker especially, and they still have Eddie Jackson. So they've got those pieces there that they can certainly work with. And I think Dominique Robinson's one they can still manage on the defensive line. They just need to get more and fill out that 4-3 defense, especially. But
big time pass rushers that sack the quarterback 10 plus times
pressure
on average per season.
Absolutely. And linebackers that can do just a little bit of everything. I know Matt Adams is coming back off the IR now, so hopefully it's not a ooh, wow, that's amazing. But he's a decent player. He gets his job done where it's needed to. I mean, you've got Sanborn in there right now. I know I didn't know how much Klein played. I didn't really get a chance to see, but I saw Sanborn was kind of doing some stuff in there, and I'm glad he's getting his shot. We know he can play from the preseason. So the hope, I think, is that over time this will start to flush out and build out and everything. Miami's really good.
Yeah.
they're really good. I mean, look, I don't know. Again, Tua, I'm saying, is the guy. I don't know if he's a franchise quarterback, but he certainly, I think, if anything, you can say he's a very good cog in the machine. That's Miami, right? He drops back on a 3-step, fires it off to Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle, and they just take it up the field. I mean, and those two guys are incredibly difficult to cover, and it shows. And like you said, with Mostert and now Wilson Jr. kind of stepping in there, they've got a nice 1-2 punch at running back. This team is good. I don't know with Bradley Chubb, and that's only because since he was a rookie at Denver, it's kind of just like started to trickle with him a little bit. Like he's had moments, but I don't know. First rounder did feel like a lot for him considering I don't even know if he's made a Pro Bowl. I'm not really certain on that, but he's a good player. I understand it, and if you're going to go for it, he's the kind of guy that you say, yeah, why not? Let's go for it. I mean, they're clearly not drafting a quarterback. They know who their guy is at this point, so. I don't know, but they definitely. Byron Jones looks like a nothing at this point. Xavier Howard looks like you way overpaid for a corner, which is kind of almost
this year.
This year. I mean, it feels like though that's becoming like almost the talk of it, right? Because J.C. Jackson got paid all that money. I know he's injured now, but he didn't really. He
came into the season injured, and I don't think he ever fully came back before he screwed himself up again.
Yeah, it feels like this is like a year where corners are kind of getting a little, I don't want to say tossed around, but I mean, well, outside of maybe a handful of guys, Patrick Surtain and Sauce, baby. He's so good. And I'll give it to Trayvon Diggs. He's done his job too. It just feels like outside of maybe like the top 3-5 guys in the league that you would look to, like Tariq Woolen and all those guys, there's not a lot of guys that are really doing it. But Miami can clearly score a lot of points, but it was this was a good game for the Bears to show, hey, we can hang with better teams. They showed it against a little bit against the Cowboys, against the Dolphins here. I think they showed it a lot more. If they can do this against certainly teams like Philadelphia and Buffalo, you're taking the right steps. You don't have to win those games, but you can certainly, if you can hang in by a touchdown with those teams or even by 10 points, I think you can call those like a moral victory.
I think it's going to be a little more tough sledding against better defenses that that are able to do more. So they're not going to be putting up quite 32 points because they are seriously limited still on what on the talent level that they have and what they're capable of doing.
Right.
You see it going for a first down, trying to drive down the field at the end of the game, and Equanimeous St. Brown drops the first down ball right in his hands. You have to make that catch. Have to. 100 out of 100 times. No excuses. Big moments like that, you have to make that catch.
Absolutely.
And also going forward, getting better talent with him. They're going to be able to do a lot more.
Yeah.
So I like what I've seen, and I like where things are headed.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, listen, you got Claypool, who's going to have more time now to be able to learn the playbook.
Dropping balls in his first game. That's
not what you want to see.
No.
But more time learning the offense.
That has nothing to do with offense. Sorry. That has nothing to do with learning the offense. Balls in your hands, you catch it.
Yeah.
You get paid millions and millions of dollars. Him, Equanimeous St. Brown, catch the damn ball. They just traded a second-round pick to get you here.
Very true.
No excuses.
Yeah.
Not a playbook issue. That is a player issue. Fix your hands.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. There's a lot of season left, so hopefully he's got another year on the contract.
Right.
So now is the time where they're going to see, okay, where's he at?
Exactly.
How are we going to use this guy in the offense? Same thing goes with Mooney. Mooney looked pretty well in this game. We got a sighting from not but one, but 2 touchdowns from Cole Kmet.
Unreal.
I never thought we'd see the day. I never thought we'd see the day watching a Bears game and seeing him score a touchdown.
Adjustments. Trying not to use the guy like he's not capable of being used.
Yeah.
That's not his playing style. Is not a Travis Kelce. It's not those type of guys.
No.
He doesn't play like them. He's different. Starting to use him more like he's his talent level.
Absolutely. And
you're seeing the effects of that.
Absolutely. And it shows the growth within the team, and hopefully they can continue it. And they've got another one coming up this week, obviously. And this should be, I would say, a winnable game.
Very
the
winnable.
Bears are taking on the Lions, who have just been up and down, although they got a nice up this week. And, we'll get into that here soon. But obviously, right now, Chicago is favored by 3 points in this one. The over-under right now is sitting at 48.5, so they're looking at probably a pretty decently scoring game. So, Drew, Bears, Lions, how do you see this one playing out for you?
Two bad defenses. The Lions have, despite their 2-6 record, they have a lot of talent on offense. They have a very good offensive line, which is worrisome.
Yes.
But I would be very disappointed if the Bears don't go out and score another 30 this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
The way they've been playing and the Lions defense being the ultimate factor, I would be surprised if they don't score 30 plus this game.
Okay.
Saying that, I think the Lions are very capable of getting to that point as well against this defense. I'm going to take the Bears. I'm going to take them by 6 points.
Okay.
And I'm going to go on the over on this one because I actually think that both sides are going to score some touchdowns this week.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm taking the over on this as well. I said this before, and I will say it again. The Bears should easily win this one. I'm thinking by at least a good touchdown. Maybe you can even push that to possibly 10, but I'll say by 7. They have an offense that's working for them right now. And this is kind of the game where if you want to try and test the waters a little bit more with the passing,
open things up,
open the game up a little bit. Let's get Claypool out there and run him down the field. See what he can do on those big bombing passes. He's fast. Let's see if he can do it. Let's see if he can be that big receiver target.
And I like that they did that already.
Yes.
Refs missing a big pass interference call there, which was 100%.
I forgot about that. I was going to ask.
100%.
That was rough.
Yes, but I liked seeing that out of his first game, doing those things that you need a big play there.
And to be honest, like people were saying, I don't know if anybody ever asked the question, but somebody should have asked. Maybe they did or didn't. I don't know. But if somebody did, let me know. If he saw that opportunity open up where we might be able to get a pass interference call on this, and this could, it's a free play for us. I mean, I don't know if he saw that, but if he did, that's great. If he didn't, kind of a lucky move.
I don't think NFL coaches ever play for a penalty.
No, I don't think so.
They're all the way going for a completed pass, a catch, and a first down.
Right, but I mean, in terms for Fields, if you're seeing that and you're saying, oh, he could get hung up on this. This is a chance, we move the ball down the field. If I can't get anybody open, boom, just throw it to him. They get the penalty, whatever.
Yeah.
If he might have saw that, that's heads up stuff. That's that growth. That's that leadership. That's what you want to see out of your quarterback. Because, I mean, if you ask Tom Brady how many times he threw it and a guy clearly wasn't open, but he saw the flag come out, he knew. He knew exactly what that situation was going to end up being. And that's heads up stuff. So
love to see it.
Absolutely. So I'll say, Bears by a touchdown on this. I'll say I definitely think it depends. I don't know where Swift is at. I think he's supposed to be healthy for this game.
He's been playing. He's just been very limited.
Yeah, but him and Jamal Williams are a nice 1-2. These teams are very similar in a lot of ways. The only difference is that one's got experience at quarterback. The other one's kind of just coming into his own, more athletic. The other guy's more of a pocket passer. Similarities, yet different at the same time. Should be interesting. Dan Campbell will be on our hot seat game next week. We were going to do it this week, but he'll be back. We'll be talking about him for sure. But yeah, Bears should be able to win this one. They got some tough ones coming up for the rest of their schedule, but they got
a couple nice games here.
Jets one's going to be a little bit of a difficult one because Sauce is really good, man. He's really, really good.
Oh man, maybe if somebody preseason were to call the Jets playing well this year.
Yeah, maybe.
I wonder who that was.
I don't know.
Toot.
Can you say they were even going to be this good, though?
No, I didn't think they were going to be. I knew that they were going to be up and coming, and I thought they were going to be a pretty good team.
I gave them 7 and 10. I thought that was like a big boost. I didn't think they were going to be challenging for the division. Who would have called that? Well, one person apparently called that, and he was like a 9-year-old kid that wrote it out.
Smart kid.
By flipping a coin or something like that. Hey, I can't believe it.
When you're good, you're good.
Yeah, and I mean, I've said it. This team might be able to beat the Packers. Really might be able to at this point. This is a different team than what they faced at the beginning of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And this is at home in Soldier Field.
Oh, yeah.
Totally different situation going on. And we're going to talk about that.
I can't wait.
Because coming up, ladies and gentlemen.
Supreme ass whooping. That's all I want to see.
Coming up, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing the pick six for the NFL. And, of course, we're going to do the recap. That's coming up next here on the X-Bomb Sports Live Show. And welcome everybody here to the X-Bomb Sports Live Show. I'm still Andrew Valentin. I'm still here with my man Drew Gwillem. Apologies for that. We've had technology issues all week long.
The TV's working again, like usual.
You can't tell.
Yeah. If you can't sense the sarcasm in my voice, it's there.
Because I talk bad to the system. I apologize. D, I'm sorry I pissed off the machine for you. That's probably the problem here. I made it mad, so that's my bad then. It's all right. All right. Well, we're back. My man, are you ready to talk some sports here?
Is that a serious question?
I mean, it could be. It's not, but it could.
Why the hell would you ever ask me that question? Of course I'm ready.
Let's talk some more sports then, folks. It's
football.
It's NFL season, of course. We are doing the recap here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at the recap here. I couldn't even find 10 games that were the top 10 because not all of them were all that great. But there were some in here that were quite the doozy. So, Drew, I mean, out of these games that we've got, what were your thoughts on the recap, or any that are even mentioned here that you saw that you kind of liked there?
Buffalo and the Jets. I know we touched on it a little, but with the Jets, but Jets look like they're playing for real.
Yeah,
they're playing some good football.
Absolutely.
Still not quite sold on Zach Wilson, but he's been improving in spots.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting better-ish.
He has more work to do.
Absolutely.
The Raiders just.
I have so many questions, and he's on the list. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't understand.
I don't understand. So high on this move for Josh McDaniels. both were. We both
Devontae
said,
Adams, Chandler
is,
Jones has been non-existent.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, and now they released Jonathan Abram,
Yep.
who's now just been claimed off
The Packers.
by the Packers because they're desperate.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like, I don't even know. They're like an empire that was built so quickly, and it's falling apart at the seams more and more. And there's no answer. There seems to be no clear answer as to why. Well, some people think they may have the clear answer, but I don't think it's just that. There's got to be more going on. Like, I heard some guys talking in Vegas recently that were saying if they get a top 3 pick, do they maybe just go for a quarterback? Do they maybe just say bye to Derek Carr and just go with a new guy? Like, I don't know.
Is he the issue?
I don't think he is. That's the thing. I don't think he is, but it looks so befuddling at this point that it's hard to tell.
I think that on top of not having Darren Waller there for most of the year with injuries, it doesn't help things.
Like I said, I dropped him in fantasy. I know.
Is Josh McDaniels still the guy from Denver that completely failed?
It looks
like I don't know, but things are a mess there, and I don't know exactly what it's going to take to get that figured out.
No, yeah, that's wrong.
Biggest surprise in the NFL for me this year, I think, is probably Seattle Seahawks and what Geno Smith and their team is able to do.
I can't.
Just like week after week, you're like, all right, this is the week that they're gonna fall off. They're gonna be who we thought they were.
Yeah.
And every week they're just like, nah, we're gonna keep winning. We're gonna put up 31 points and win.
I can't. Again, it's another one that baffles me. You know that Geno Smith has the best completion percentage in the NFL? 73%. That's amazing. That's unbelievable. And last week, Noah Fant, the tight end that came from Denver, that everyone was like, well, he's not going to work. He shows up and is a leading receiver. What?
Answers to some questions for you. Geno Smith can play football, and Pete Carroll can still coach.
I was ready to write him off at one point. Although I will say, I think having Kenneth Walker III, who I think is right now Offensive Rookie of the Year, is helping a lot.
Not that you ever wish for injuries because you don't want to see that, but Rashad Penny being out of the way and allowing Kenneth Walker to step in and take complete control of that role has been a huge thing for that team as well.
Absolutely.
Because he is a stud.
Oh, he's a gem. He is that solid diamond you want in that necklace, baby. He is
Speaking of diamond, Patrick Mahomes. The game was kind of crap, but that dude is ridiculous. 400-some plus yards, 60-something rushing yards.
68 passing attempts.
Yes.
He threw all day.
Only 20 points. Like, you hear those stats and you think, like, oh, they put up 40.
He's snotty. He's so insane.
God. He's awesome.
I think
he's awesome.
I think you have to call, at least at this point, I'm calling him the front runner for the MVP. Like, I mean, there's guys right there with him. Josh Allen. I even think Jalen Hurts is going to be right there. But man, there's something different about that dude.
He is a different dude. And it's like you hear him say on the broadcast, whenever he makes a ridiculous play, it looks like he's out there playing a different game than everyone else. And they haven't caught up yet.
No.
And that's what he looks like every week when he plays.
He makes a play no matter what it is to get you the win.
His no-look passes to contorting his body to a sidearm throw, like around the computer and around yours, and it hooks back. Like, I don't know how the hell he does it.
You ever see the movie Wanted?
I haven't, but I know what you're.
The one where they bend the bullets around people and stuff.
That's Patrick Mahomes throwing
Patrick
the quarterback.
Mahomes for you, baby.
There we make him a commercial. Make him a hype vid.
Absolutely, dude. We're Patrick. We got to talk, baby. We have to talk.
I think he's probably got a guy for that.
Put him and Josh Allen where the bullets meet, because there's a point in a movie where the bullets kind of curve against each other and they meet in the middle. That'll be the two of you. Because honestly, those two dudes are
AFC title
different.
game.
I feel like that's going to have to be the matchup, right?
Hopefully, unless
the Jets do something crazy.
Well,
any other games for you? I mean,
no, there was. I mean, come on, like. It was a lot of crap.
It was not easy to find good games. Like the Washington, I will give it to Washington. They're fighting. They're keeping themselves in the fight. That was a good battle. But Minnesota, they had just enough firepower to take him out. And I'm not expecting Washington at this point to do too much. If anything that they do at this point is kind of like
we know who they are.
Yeah, exactly.
We know who they are at this point.
Sell the team. You know who you are. Sell the team.
Bezos.
He won't sell to Bezos, apparently. That's the word. Bezos, although Matthew McConaughey is now also in the group as well. So, yeah, why not? Go crazy. Have all the celebrities in it. Can we join? I know Robert Griffin III said he'd bring in 10 fans.
Let's change that to like decent celebrities. So we not have another Snyder situation.
Yeah, yes. Only
let's not
people
run
with good press.
Let's not run the same scenario back. Maybe.
Yes.
Let's try that.
Yeah. No Harvey Weinsteins or anything like that for sure. And obviously Tom doing Tom things. I mean Brady. I don't know if he's back. I don't know if Tampa's coming back onto it. He seems like he's like in a mode now where maybe he's like, all right, all that off-field stuff is off my mind. Getting back to football. It is what it is now at this point. Just focus on what's ahead. So
I hope.
Yeah, you would hope.
This kind of turns their season around.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to say. Like, I know we're like halfway through the season now. Just think like teams are going to all of a sudden be much different than what they were for the first half.
Right.
You could say that a few games in, like, and they switch it around. You could, okay, I can understand
Absolutely.
that. Halfway through the season, I don't know how much different things are going to turn for,
it's a lot more
for these
difficult
teams.
because it's kind of at this point, you are who you are. A little adjustments you might be able to make, but at this, and that's why I guess they were saying there's a recommendation that they want the trade deadline to go to week 10 or 12 or whatever.
Which that would be awesome.
That would be great.
They should have definitely extended out.
They extend it out because this way, then you can have that conversation of, all right, how many more tweaks and turns can we have? And, right. Because who knows? There's a lot of stuff going on.
There's still a lot of football to be played, and unfortunately, there's going to be a lot more injuries that happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, folks, that's do it for the recap. And now it's on to the pick six. Drew, you ready to pick them this week, my man?
Let's pick them.
Let's pick them then, folks. So we have just started off, and we only got 4 games actually this week because that's all I could find for you. I'm sorry, Drew, but there wasn't. If I don't mention any, by all means, I'll throw it to you to mention any.
Oh my God!
But we'll start.
Even if they're crap, we can still pick them.
We can, but I mean,
2 crap teams.
Do you want to start with the Monday night? We will pick them at the end there. How about that?
Sure.
We'll go through these.
Maybe we'll throw a few in.
Throw a few in. So we got Seattle against Tampa Bay. Right now, Tampa Bay's got the 3-point favorite right now going for them. The over-under right now is sitting at 44.5. Drew, who you taking on this one, my friend?
Oh, man. How can you? I don't know how I can pick against the Seahawks.
Okay.
I get it. The Buccaneers still are. They're not a bad team.
Yeah.
They're not playing the way they should, plus tons of injuries. The defense has been really poor. I think Kenneth Walker could actually run all over them.
Okay.
They haven't had the best run defense.
Yeah.
That's been more of a weakness for them.
Absolutely.
So I think that's something that they can exploit. Maybe keep Tom off the field. Not that he's been great either, but I'm going to take the Seahawks by 3, and I'm going to go under.
Okay. All right. I like that. God, this is tough. I think I'll take Tampa because it is Tom Brady, and I think Julio Jones is coming back, and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin look like they're getting back into form. It sounds like Leonard Fournette might be taking a little bit of a backseat to let White kind of be in the mix now. I don't know what that is. Maybe he's just not feeling 100%, but he still wants to play. Who knows? But I think Tampa's got a little bit of a mojo going their way. So does Seattle. I'll say Tampa, but I'm only going to say by 1.5 on this. Keep it close. But I think the Tampa pulls this out, and I'm going to say it hits the over. I'm going to say it hits the over on this. I think there's a good chance we could see this be a really good game here. All right, next we've got what may be the game of the week. It is the Minnesota Vikings against the Buffalo Bills. Bills are currently 4-point favorites. The over-under sitting at 44 on the dot. And it does sound like, for a quick update, that Josh Allen will be okay. It sounds like the pain in his elbow.
I was going to touch on that with my prediction as well.
Absolutely. So, But please, Drew, who you pick?
Yeah, like you said, it's going to kind of depend on how he's feeling. I know he's missing some practice just to probably give it some rest.
Yep.
Depends on how he's feeling. If he's out, it totally changes their team around completely.
Yeah,
Case Keenum to Josh Allen is a 180.
Mm-hmm.
Big difference.
Yes.
So I think that definitely changes things. But I'm gonna go on the assumption that Josh Allen is playing. I think he'll be fine to play in this game. I think he'll do. Apparently, the injury wasn't as bad as they originally thought, so which is good. And the way football players throw, you can throw more easily with this injury and get away with some things. So,
absolutely.
I'm going to take the Bills. I'm going to take the Bills by a full touchdown.
Okay.
And I'm going to go over on this one.
All right. I like that. I think this is going to be a game where they definitely need to get those running backs in the mix. Singletary, you can't have Josh Allen keep running the ball the way he does. So I think this is going to be a chance for you to actually see more Nyheim Hines, see more Singletary. I think James Cook will be thrown in that mix. They've got a nice little 1-2-3 in the backfield. They just have to find a way to mix and match them up, I think, the right way. So I'll take the Bills as well. I'll take them by 6, not by a full touchdown. I think there might still be some, Minnesota's been playing really well, and I think their defense has found something that kind of clicks for them, and I think his name is Zadarius Smith. Again, thank you, Aaron, for helping Minnesota so much. Well, listen, when you take $50 million, someone's getting cut, and when it happens to be one of your best pass rushers, yeah, that's going to hurt you, I think, a little bit. But I'll say by 6, and
selfish prick.
Truly. I'm going to say, I'll say it hits the over. This will be a good Justin Jefferson versus Stephon Diggs. There's some good matchups on this, on both sides of the ball. So, and who knows, if Tre'Davious White comes back, I mean, we always know he's really good with some of the best, so that could really help him out too.
Vikings are still going to get theirs. They have some.
Absolutely.
They have some top tier players on their team. Justin Jefferson's probably the best wide receiver in the league.
Yes,
he is awesome. Hockett's in there now. He's really good.
9 for 9.
Dalvin Cook is really good.
Yeah,
and playing most of the snaps in his first game.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Clearly, he didn't need to learn too much.
Right.
All right. Next, we've got Cardinals at Rams. The Rams are favored by 3. The over-under is at 43.5. Drew, two teams that have really kind of sunk their ships at this point.
They're both crap.
What do you think? Want to flip? I don't have a coin on me, but we could flip a coin.
That's probably what I would do here. Is just flip one. I'm gonna go with the Rams. Okay. I'm gonna say 2 points.
Okay.
Only because I think the Rams have the better defense, and I don't think the Cardinals are really stopping anybody. I think Budda Baker's been out. He's one of their best defenders. Yeah, I'm going to take them. I'll say 2, and I'm going to go under.
Okay, all right. Oh, boy. I think I'm going with the Rams as well on this. I may give the Rams a full touchdown on this. I know they haven't looked good, but the Rams right now they're only scoring 16 a game. But the Cardinals are giving up 26 a game, so
does it matter? Does it matter?
No, you could flip a coin on this. Honestly, I'm gonna say the Rams. Actually, you know what? I think I might go with the Cardinals. Actually, I'm gonna flip that because I thought I had heard that Stafford was possibly in concussion protocol, if I'm not mistaken. So don't quote me on that. I thought I saw that come across my news here.
It's there.
It's there? Okay, yeah. Yes, it is there. Yeah, so he's in concussion protocol. So I think with that, and I know Sean McVay's, I think, one of the best coaches. But there's something's missing on this team that's not making it click right now. And if you take out Stafford, that's a huge hit to that team. I think it's a huge hit. That's the guy that gets the ball to Cooper Kupp, that can at least get the ball to Higbee and Robinson. Those guys.
Nope, they don't throw to Higbee anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
The only person he throws to is Cooper Kupp.
Yes, that's why I also dropped you, Tyler Higbee. Sorry, I love you, man, but
same.
Geez, same. Dolchich is much better, unfortunately.
Hey, I went with the Dolchich as well.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The rest of my team's crap, but,
I'm kind of in the same boat. I have Dak Prescott because I ditched Matthew Stafford. I'm hoping.
I get really upset when my fantasy football team's bad.
I understand.
It's very depressing. Depressing time.
Yeah. My team's not bad because it's 7-2, but I took a loss big time by 50 points, so I'm not happy with that.
Yeah, finally got a win this past week.
Nice.
83 points.
Wow.
That was my win.
That was
because I was playing a team that was
scored
slightly
83 points, or you? Beat
I scored 83.
Oh.
That's it. Yeah. Crap.
Sorry, man.
But I was playing a team that was slightly crappier than mine. So
I mean, that's it's good. Well, I mean,
no, it's crap.
Yes.
Yeah.
True. That's very true.
Yeah, it's bad.
All right. Well, I will go with the Cardinals on this. I'll say Cardinals by 6 on this, and I will say I think this hits the under. Especially if Stafford's out, there's no way. And even if he is out, I don't think this offense is dynamic enough. And I think Arizona may have some problems because last I saw it was Murray shouting at Hopkins that he ran the wrong route or something like that. Not something you want to say to one of the best route runners and the best receivers in the league. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I think maybe probably some of the issues is maybe not all of his teammates like Kyler Murray.
That's very
because that's
it's giving off diva energy.
Yes, and they just don't seem like, other than him and Hollywood Brown clearly were friends before,
right? Yeah.
So they were clicking like crazy. They don't look like they're clicking everywhere else.
No, they look like something's off, and now it might cost Cliff Kingsbury his job. But again, we'll talk about that next week. All right. And then we have the Chargers at the 49ers. This could, again, be a coin toss, but right now the Niners are actually favored by a full touchdown. Over-unders at 45.5. Drew, how do you see this one going?
Another team that big-time injury bug hitting them with the Chargers.
Yep.
It makes your 2 top wide receivers have been, one has been out for most of the season. The other one's been out for the last few weeks and going to be out for a handful of weeks still to come. Yeah. That's a big loss.
Absolutely.
While they still have Austin Eckler, he's a stud.
Very true.
I don't think they have enough. That 49ers defense is really good. Mm-hmm. Their offense has been playing way better. Plus, the addition of Christian McCaffrey there has been a game changer for them.
Yes.
He is an amazing player, and in Shanahan's offense is like a perfect fit.
Yeah.
It's like that has to be a dream come true for him. He's got to love using that running back.
Absolutely.
I think the 49ers win. I'm going to say the full touchdown.
Okay.
I'm going to go over on this one.
Okay. All right. I like that. Yeah, they're getting a lot of guys back. They're getting sounds like they're getting back Jeselnik, their fullback, which he's been key to them, obviously, in pass and run. Debo is supposedly coming back as well.
Right.
Jason Verrett may be coming back, another cornerback that's really been very good for them. So they're adding more to their defense than with that. So I would say I think I'll take the Niners by 10 on this because I like the Chargers, but I'm just not confident that they can continue to figure it out. Like Brandon Staley is another guy that will be on the list. Spoiler alert, but just, I don't know with him. I just don't.
Right.
There's a lot of question marks.
Yes, he's made a lot of questionable decisions.
It's tough when not saying everybody, but when you have a defensive-minded head coach with an offensive weapon, or your best player being your quarterback, there can sometimes be those clashes. Not always. Clearly, Seattle is different, but
you just gotta hire the right offensive coordinator for the guy.
Absolutely. And
I mean, not everybody can find themselves a Luke Getsy.
No.
Okay.
But sometimes they think it's Nathaniel Hackett, and then they get proven real wrong.
Wow, that was way off.
I'm now questioning if it was Luke Getsy that was just the brains. Period. Like it's not Rodgers, it's not Lant LaFleur, it's not Nathaniel Hackett. It's just Luke Getsy. Like he's just the smartest guy in the room, and just nobody knew it.
I like him.
I like him. He seems like a good guy. And you know what's nice too? He gives you transparency. All right, we don't have these games up there, but real quick, you want to?
I looked at them. There's only one that I would consider even want to talk about.
Was it Cowboys Packers?
No,
because I was just going to throw that one out.
Oh
there,
no, I think
considering McCarthy's going back to Green Bay.
Yeah, but at the same time,
I think they're going to whoop them.
Don't care because because of that fact.
Yeah,
I don't think that the Packers are really going to have a chance in hell in this one.
Yeah,
that defense is too good. Yes, the Green Bay Packers have a pretty good defense, but they have more than enough firepower, plus the running game that has been able to run all over that Green Bay defense every week, basically. So, and Dallas has a good enough run defense to blaze past them.
Absolutely, yeah.
The one I was looking at was Jacksonville, Kansas City.
Okay, all right.
I think that one could be, yes.
That could be a very interesting one.
you look at this past week against Tennessee, and Tennessee's defense is nothing to write home about whatsoever.
No.
Okay?
Justin Simmons, I think, is the best thing on that team right now. When Kevin Byard's supposed to be one of the best safeties, he's like nothing.
Yeah. They played up higher than what I think their season-long average would be.
Absolutely.
So that's very big possibility. Jacksonville's had moments where they played good defense.
Yeah.
And we've seen that Jacksonville can put up points.
True.
We have a potential for a shootout here. It could happen.
It's possible, yeah.
It could happen.
Trevor Lawrence, listen, he's not winning games, but the talent is there.
You're seeing his talent. You're seeing improvement from him from year 1 to year 2.
Yes.
Again, last year was rough with Urban Meyers that and like that. That couldn't have helped his growth.
No. And going from that though to Doug Peterson.
Right.
Huge upside.
Big help there.
Yes.
It's helping his growth. You're seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like the Bears, you may not necessarily be translating that to wins right now, but you're seeing the growth on the field, and that's making for fun football.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, 9.5 is a hard one to beat for the Chiefs. So, I mean, listen, I think we're in agreement that the Chiefs probably win this game.
For sure.
But I would say if
they may even win it by 10.
Yeah, I would say I'd say maybe the Jacksonville can keep it to 6. I'd say the Chiefs can maybe win it by 6. Jacksonville has enough talent on their offense that I think they can put up points. Between Etienne, Christian Kirk, even Zay Jones. I know Evan Ingram's kind of dealing with back issues, but even he's found like a second life in Jacksonville.
Marvin Jones Jr. is a really good player.
Yeah, they have enough. Yeah. And their offensive line has been pretty decent. Brandon Sheriff has clearly made the difference in sticking him in that inside guard spot, and now there's no problems on the pass rush and the inside. It's just Trevor Lawrence just has to get comfortable more, I think, in the pocket instead of trying to always sprint out and try and throw the ball. And I think that will come with time, as with Justin Fields and many of these other guys.
Right.
Except maybe Trey Lance, because we don't know anything about him at this point.
Not going to know till probably not through next year either.
Yeah, I don't think
it's going to be his basically first season starting, maybe.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah. And that's if they don't keep Jimmy Garoppolo. They could still keep him. And the over is at 50.5. I think it could hit the over. I think it could definitely hit the over. Whether it's Kansas City mollywopping these dudes or it's Jacksonville actually putting up some points. It could be a fun game. It could.
Yeah.
It could. All right, well, folks, we're going to go and we're going to take another quick break. And when we do come back, we got to talk college football before we get out of here. Because Drew's got to have his rant and pick on me. Whilst, if you can't tell, my voice is shot because I had a fun weekend. And we'll be talking about that next here on the X-Bomb Sports Live Show. The X-Bomb Sports Live Show. I'm still Adrian Hamilton. I'm still here with Drew Quillen,
yes,
who's a little bit of a prankster.
I just like to have fun with people.
You do, as we do, and that's what's important for us here on the show. Well, Drew, college football, my man, it's time to talk about it. You ready?
Yeah, it was another week.
It was another week.
It was another week.
And let's look at that week, ladies and gentlemen. Put it up. Let's look at the recap from this week, because we had some amazing, outstanding, wonderful, tremendous, superlative games that were played this week. And Drew, by all means, please start it off. What games caught your eye that are on this list, or maybe aren't even on this?
Michigan beating Rutgers. A total ass whooping annihilation.
And you want me to put that on there?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We can. We can, absolutely. I say if it's not on there, we can.
Believe this guy.
I ain't Rutgers.
Week after week. Week after week.
You beat Rutgers 52-17.
Even here on the X Bomb Sports Live show, people do get harassed. This is form of bullying and harassment. We don't allow that here.
We don't condone that.
We don't condone that.
But you do it anyways.
What? You're doing it.
Yes, me. It's all me.
Your constant shunning of Michigan.
It's bullying on
my God.
end.
LSU finally beat Alabama. Oh, now let's talk about them for 6 days straight.
I can't win with you. I try and show you, I give you roses and chocolates and you just shove them back in my face.
Man, how about that turd sandwich? Eat that. How about those Georgia Bulldogs, though?
Yeah, they're a real deal.
They said, you want to rank Tennessee first? We're going to show you how wrong you were.
Yeah, absolutely. Never again, I will go against you, Stetson Bennett. I apologize.
Not going against that Georgia defense.
No, yeah, they shut him down. And listen, they made Hendon Hooker still look decent, but they said, come win the game. If you're going to beat us with passing, come get us. And they forced him into every bad possibility and opportunity. They are clearly the number one team in the country as they deserve to be so. We'll the list, if we still have the list, we'll pop it up there if need be. If not, don't worry about it. We can go over the list. But yeah, Notre Dame. I didn't see that one
what
coming.
the hell?
I didn't see it coming.
Because I was talking all that crap about them.
It's what we get, I guess.
I can't. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just can't stand them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised that Michigan State beat Illinois.
Absolutely. Well, do we have the rankings up? Is that clear? Do we have them up? All right. So these are the rankings. So
That's right.
Georgia at number 1. We've got Ohio State at number 2. You've got Michigan at number 3.
Back in there where they belong.
TCU at number 4.
I think they've earned it.
I think they've earned it too.
They've earned it.
Fighting hard, still undefeated with the rest of those teams.
They belong.
Absolutely. Tennessee rolling in at 5, and then it is Oregon at 6.
Which is a big surprise.
They fell out of the rankings at the beginning of the year.
After week 1.
After week 1 against Georgia, and then have climbed their way back.
Was it Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the Georgia game that they completely took a butt on.
Right, yeah.
And we were just like, well,
Bo Nix is garbage, and now he's in talks for Heisman, and like, what?
What happened?
This is, okay, I don't know if I said this on the show or to you. I said it to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
This football season, college and professional, is like
it's
George Costanza's opposite day.
Yes. It's a good way to put it.
It's
so topsy-turvy.
Any way you think it's going to go, it's not.
Yeah. We're picking Tampa to win the division and the Packers, and instead it's the Vikings and somehow the Falcons are in first place.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Who the hell is going to win? Is it going to be the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Broncos, the Raiders? They're all going to win like 13 or 14 games this year.
Yeah.
There's going to be 2 or 3 teams from them in the playoffs. Nope.
Yeah, no. I thought
it's the Chiefs and everybody else.
Yeah, I was picking the Raiders to win that division, and
I thought the Broncos were going to be something. Yeah. They look terrible.
Oh, my God. And, yeah, college football, my God, TCU coming out of nowhere, just beating everybody in the Big 12. Tennessee kind of coming out of nowhere. The Oregon thing.
Georgia having just as good, if not better, defense than last year after losing half the starters.
Yeah, they didn't. They just reloaded. Yeah. I mean, in LSU, somehow you lose to Florida State at the beginning off a field goal, and you beat Bama in overtime. What?
You had to be loving that game.
That's why my voice is so raspy, because I lost my mind. I couldn't believe, I didn't even know Mason Taylor was Jason Taylor's kid. I had no idea. He scores the game-tying touchdown to take it to overtime, and then he scores a 2-point conversion to win the game. I've already ordered my Jaden Daniels jersey from LSU. Jeez. So I'm still saying they're losing, because apparently when I say that, they just win. They just want to prove me wrong.
And then whatever NFL team he goes to that's going to be your other bandwagon team?
Sure, why
Just
not?
like the Bengals?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
If he goes to the Bears, then guess what? I'm back with the Bears then, baby. There's a lot of teams in there. And look, we're going to go over the list again at some point during the later time. But, I mean, of the recap, I mean, yeah, Bama and LSU. The Ohio State one, I think, was a
bad weather game.
That's what I was going to say. It was like an enigma. It just came out of nowhere. Because
they should have destroyed
I'll tell you right now, the conversation, because me, Tyler, and David, we've been doing a betting poll together. Everybody takes turns betting. If we would have known that it was going to be so windy and rainy outside, we would have taken the 38 that they were given to Northwestern and not taken the Florida State game or whatever it is we took. Yeah, which were just completely bad games. Give it to Liberty. They beat Arkansas, and they got themselves ranked now, which is good for them. I'm glad. Baylor and Oklahoma was a nice barn burner.
Houston and SMU, man. Look at those points.
I thought it was a basketball game.
Jesus.
The numbers on this game, quarterback Tanner Mordecai for SMU, 379 yards passing on 37 attempts, scored 9 touchdown passes.
Wow.
9. And then he ran one in for good measure to win the game 77-63. Clayton Tune, the other quarterback for Houston, threw it 53 times. He scored 7 touchdowns. And then he ran one on also for good measure. So I watched the highlight of that game. It's just touchdowns all day. Oklahoma State has fallen off their wagon. I don't know what happened, but this is the first time I think they said in like 10, 15 years they've lost to both Kansas teams. Like, this hasn't happened in a long time for them, and I'm shocked. I thought they were a much better team. And then I also say I'm disappointed that Illinois wasn't able to get the win. But, they're still ranked. Right now, they're the best team in the West. And whoever's coming out of that East, I don't know how they're going to beat them. I really don't. But they've got what is it, in 2 weeks, they take on the Wolverines, correct?
Believe so.
So, because this week you take on Nebraska. You got 29-point favorite on Nebraska.
I don't care. I still want to talk about them.
Do you want to talk about how they're doing against Nebraska?
No. Move along.
I give him the chance, and he's just like, no.
Well, I just think they're going to just run the ball all game long.
I think so, too.
Nonstop.
Yeah.
Blake Corum's going to have 6 touchdowns. Donovan Edwards going to have 3.
Kid is really
good. And I was looking at those Heisman watches. He's like in third or fourth position now.
I think he's in third last time I checked, which I get it. It's a quarterback-driven thing now, but still, give the guy some respect. He's leading the charge right now. He's literally carrying the Michigan Wolverines.
Tied with 16 touchdowns for the lead in college football.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. He is a dominant back. Maybe I would say him and Bijan Robinson from Texas, they might be the best backs in the country.
And you know what? I think that Donovan Edwards is more talented.
I don't disagree with that.
He is ridiculously talented.
Yeah. That guy can play receiver, can play running back.
Yeah.
And he play quarterback too, because then you've got the next Denard Robinson, baby.
Whoa. Don't go there.
What? I like Denard.
Yeah, so did I, but
I know,
not for an NFL player, really.
No.
He had his moments.
I think Donovan Edwards is going to be like...
Donovan Edwards could be a top...
That guy fits right in with what they're doing in the NFL right now.
Oh, yeah.
So...
a multi-talented back.
Absolutely. Who's 6 feet, 212, 215, something like that?
Yeah.
He's big, he's strong.
Fast.
He's fast.
Can catch.
He's good.
Ooh.
He's really good. All right.
God, I love that team.
I know you do. I know. This is like how I love my LSU Tigers. Thank you so much, man. Brian Kelly, I may have been wrong about you. You certainly know how to rebuild a program. And now they got one.
And you know what he's really good at? He's certainly good at faking an accent.
He can fake all the accents he wants. He keeps doing that.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
But you get
Say
down,
family all you want.
You get down to the bayou, all of a sudden that twang.
Absolutely,
you got that twang.
Go get yourself some gumbo and some of that shrimp with a gator on it, man. All right, let's do this.
I'll eat some.
I will too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of games for college football. The pick six was a hard one this week. There's a lot of games this week, so let's do this.
Could have made it easier for you.
Could have. Yeah. I know you could have.
Michigan, Nebraska. Over 29.
Over on the over-under, whatever it is?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's start it off. We got Washington, who's back in the rankings at 25. Still 7-2. They're taking on Oregon at number 6. Drew, right now Oregon is favored by almost a full 2 touchdowns. The over-under is at 72.5.
Wow.
What are you picking on this one?
Well, they apparently have proven us all wrong this
Yes.
season, so I
was definitely wrong.
I'm not gonna go against them here. I think they're playing some great football all the way around. Obviously, after that first loss, they said, "Screw this, it's not happening again."
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Oregon here. I'll say 12.
Okay.
I'll go a little lower. I think Washington can still do some things and keep it close enough. And I'm gonna take the over. Let's flame throw it.
Okay. All right.
Up and down the field, nonstop.
Well, you want an SMU Houston game?
Yeah. Let's do it.
I'd be down for that. I'll take Oregon as well. I don't. Their defense has picked it up. By the way, their guy receiver Thomas Franklin, I think his name is, really fast guy. He can fly down the field. So there's a lot of success there. I'm gonna say Oregon by 9 because I think Washington can hang with them. Penix Jr. is not somebody to shy against. When he was at Indiana, he was a good quarterback. I think in Washington, he's got more talent as receivers. He's got better running backs, better line, better defense. I think he's got more to work with Washington. I'd say this is like a shootout game, but I'll say 9 for Oregon, and I definitely think this can hit the over. I definitely think this could be game of the week. There's a lot of games in this that could be game of the week. This could be one of them. All right, next we've got Louisville Cardinals. They're taking on the Clemson Tigers. Clemson obviously coming off of a very big loss against Notre Dame. Thanks, DJ. So now, obviously, the Clemson Tigers still favored in this game by a full touchdown. The over-under's at 52. Drew, how do you see this one going between Louisville and Clemson?
Yeah, Clemson's going to come out a little angry, I think, and I think they're going to kick their ass.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go, I'll say 2 full touchdowns. I think they can definitely handle them.
Okay.
Especially not playing angry, but coming off a bad loss.
Yeah.
They're going to be upset. And I'm going to go under here.
Okay. All right. I will also take Clemson on this as well. I'm going to say Clemson by 10. I agree. I think they're going to come out a little aggressive, look to attack. They haven't said anything about a quarterback change. I still think DJ is still a very good quarterback. I don't know if he's going to be first-round pick. I'll admit I was wrong on that one. All right, but I think he's still talented. Still think he's got the ability to play as a starting quarterback. Come out aggressive. I'll say by 10 points. I think it hits the over because Louisville can put up some numbers on them. But they're certainly more of a run-the-football kind of team. Malik Cunningham's very fast, very quick and agile, but I think Clemson can easily take this one. All right, next, we got the losers, the Alabama Crimson Tide, who are taking on the Ole Miss Rebels. Right now, Alabama's favored by 12. The over-under is at 63.5. Drew, are you picking Ole Miss? Or are you picking the losers, the Alabama Crimson Tide?
I'm going to take Ole Miss.
Okay.
I'm going to see Alabama's reeling right now. They're struggling.
Yeah.
They're not looking great.
Mm-hmm.
Having some issues.
Yes.
Lane Kiffin's going to come out ready to go. He's going to want to rub it in, beat him bad.
Yep.
I don't think he's going to beat him bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's still close enough. I'm going to say Ole Miss by 6. And I'm going to go over here.
Okay.
I think they're going to go a little back and forth. I think at the end of the day, Ole Miss is going to come out and Alabama is going to be sent home crying again.
That's why I love you, Drew, because you and me, we think on that same level, from Dulcich to how we're thinking on this game.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yes, yeah. I know sometimes.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm taking Ole Miss on the 6 on this as well. I'm taking the over. I don't think Bama's necessarily going to drop away. Like, they're not going to lose everything. But I certainly think you're 2 losses in now. I get a feeling that guys like Bryce Young and Will Anderson Jr., the top guys are certainly going to be like, all right, when's the season over so we can just opt out before the bowl game? Like, like I think a lot of those guys are not going to be out of the game, but they're clearly thinking like season.
NFL draft now.
Yeah, NFL draft. The season's over for us. We're not playing for a national title. We know where our future lies, at least at this point. Who knows? Maybe college football playoff does something crazy, which they've done. They're cheaters, but I'm not accusing anybody of anything. All right. Next game we've got, it's number 19, Kansas State. They're taking on the Baylor Bears. And the reason why this is on there is because Baylor is still favored by 2.5 on this game, despite Kansas State showing some pretty strong signs of life even against Texas last week. So, Drew, Kansas State versus Baylor, who are you picking with this one, man?
Man, this one's kind of tough.
Yeah.
Both sides capable of putting up some points. I'm gonna go K-State. Okay, I'm gonna go there. I think while both sides have had their losses and have their ups and downs, but I think they can they can do it. Put up more points. What is Baylor? I mean, yes, they put up 38 points against Oklahoma, but like, what are they really?
Yes,
like,
that's
a
real good question.
And what's Oklahoma to say? Like, is that 38 points a solid 38 points you just put up, or just Oklahoma doesn't scare anybody? They got their asses whooped earlier in the season and shut out by was that Oklahoma State?
Yeah, I believe so.
Before they went on their downside,
right? Yeah.
So. I still think that K-State's shown more this year.
Right.
So I'm going to take them, I'm say by 3 points.
Okay.
And I'll go over.
Okay. Once again, we're thinking on that same level because I'm taking K-State as well. I'm taking the 3. I think I'm going to take the under, though, on this, and that's just because Kansas State's defense only giving up 19 points a game. Like, they've been playing really well. I mean, they've got some really good players on that team. I mean, Adrian Martinez, even in this game against Texas, still looked pretty good. So it's hard to tell. But I'm sticking with Kansas State. They just look like they're on a run. They look like they got things figured out. It clearly wasn't Scott Frost's fault that Adrian Martinez didn't work in Nebraska. So
it was Nebraska.
It was Nebraska. I promise you, it was Nebraska. You will see if you watch the Michigan State game how much Nebraska is in fact Nebraska.
Yeah, we're talking about that game next. Don't worry.
Yes, we can if you want.
No, but I said enough.
I'm going to take the under on this as well. All right, next. I can't wait. This one I think is going to be very interesting. It's TCU against Texas. Both teams coming off of victories, big victories. Both teams able to put up points. Good defenses, actually, too. Right now, TCU isn't even the favorite in this. Texas is. And the over-under
disrespect. The disrespect.
65 is the over-under, Drew, please.
Disrespectful. Texas,
blasphemous.
Texas isn't ready for the TCU Horned Frogs. They're not ready for this.
I don't know, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Ewers has played some good football. Mm-hmm. He's looked well.
Absolutely.
Since he came back, they've been putting on more points. They've been looking a lot better.
Yeah.
TCU's better than you. TCU's better than you. They're going to keep getting disrespected and coming out and winning. Just like this week. I'm going to say TCU by 7.
Okay.
And I'm going to say this one hits the No, I'm going to say under. I'm going to say just under.
Okay. All right. Oh, this is tough. Both teams are actually very similar in a lot of ways. Both have really nice receivers. They have star running backs, quarterbacks that can clearly launch it. I'm going to go with TCU. I'm going to go with TCU by 2 points. Real close. And I'm going to say I think it hits the over. I think it's a shootout. I think it's one of those games that you can really see the offense pour out on the field on both sides. I still like TCU in this, but I think Texas they'll show a little bit of what TCU needs to still fix. You know, at times TCU can give up the big pass plays, the big runs. There's times where those plays kind of just get by them. So, but I'll still say TCU wins this and keeps their number 4 spot. Hopefully. And last but not least, because North Carolina, I'm fascinated by this quarterback, Drake May. I don't know why he's not in the Heisman conversation as a freshman. Carolina is going up against Wake Forest. I mean, 3.5 going to Wake Forest, and they're not even ranked anymore after they lost last week. 77 is the over-under. I'm surprised this didn't hit the 8-0 number. So, Drew, who are you picking on this one, man?
I'm going to go UNC.
Okay.
I'm going to take them by 3.
Okay.
And screw it. Let's take the over. Let's do it. Let's hit
Why
it.
not?
Let's balls to the walls.
Absolutely.
Air it out.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Could be fun. Could be a fun watch.
I mean, you're talking about 2 quarterbacks. One who's in his freshman year hitting 31 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. The other guy, Sam Hartman, I really like him. He threw for like 50 touchdowns and 5,000 yards last year. He's really good. I think this easily hits the over. I'll say UNC by the 3 as well. This could possibly be one like an SMU Houston game where you're like, oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm excited to see this because these are 2 quarterbacks who I think Hartman is a guy who you could see in the NFL, I think. And I think Drake May right now is playing himself into that first-round pick, number 1 overall pick kind of. I mean, kid's freshman, and he's 6'5", 220, and he can throw it 60 yards down the field. What did I have to eat as a kid to look like that? What genetic mutation did I need to look like that? Seriously, I'm 5'8", and I'm fluffy. It's not fair. It's just not. All right, enough about me crying about my body.
All right, Michigan's coming in at minus 31.
The number switched.
Minus 31.
So you
wow.
think they're gonna win?
Over under 48.5.
Oh, so you think they're gonna hit the under and win? Come on.
I think it's gonna go over just because. No, it's gonna go under.
Come on.
But like Michigan,
That's insane.
it's gonna be like 48-0. And it just hits the under by a half.
Okay, all right. I mean, I know LSU's playing Arkansas, and they're getting a 3-point favorite on that. So I think LSU can beat Arkansas at this point.
They should.
They should. I would say even by 10, whatever the over and the under is on that, give it the over, I would say. Because Arkansas can still put up points. I can't believe I thought it was 29. It went up to 31. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's I think that says a lot for where Michigan's at right now then.
Whew.
Apparently Donovan Edwards was just like, yeah, I'm feeling kind of extra juicy today. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be feeling good for Saturday. Like, or JJ was like, you know what? My shoulder feels really rested. I think I'm going to have a good day on Saturday.
I think the backups are going to get some quality playing time this one.
I think there's a good chance that by halftime they're just like, yeah, you guys want to play?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for the Pick Six. And that's going to do it for the show for the week. Like I said, tomorrow we will not be here because of some scheduling stuff and things like that. But as always, it's always good to have you on, Drew. It's always a pleasure. I'm glad we could talk a lot of football today.
Always fun forcing my way into Michigan talk. That's the only way we get to talk about them around here.
We are going to talk about them very soon. I know.
Take your paper back.
Yeah, fine. Do all this hard work, print this out, and look how he treats it. All right.
It goes in the garbage.
It doesn't matter anyways. But as always, I'm glad to have you here, man.
Yeah,
Please
always fun.
Let the people know where they can find you, listen to you, all that good stuff.
You can check me out right here on Wednesdays and Thursdays, doing the thing at the desk here. And if you want to look me up on Instagram, it's d.gwill25 and Facebook at Drew Gwillem.
Absolutely.
Give me a follow. Questions, comments, concerns, whatever.
Yes, absolutely, guys.
No BS, though.
Yes,
I'm not dealing with
like
it.
Like we said, peace, positivity, all that good stuff, guys. We're not looking to start fights or anything like that. We just want to have good conversation about sports because that's what we love. So make sure to go follow him at d.gwill25, guys. Make sure any questions or comments. If you want to ask him those questions, go right ahead.
Oh, jeez. Do I want to know?
No, we haven't gotten more. It's just like they're there, and I just never forget about them.
They're there. They just haven't gone away.
Yes. There's one with garlic. I don't know. It's It's weird, man. Okay, I don't want to. I put those in a weird file right now.
I like garlic.
You might. You know what? You want to follow me? I'm at the Football Guru on Twitter. You guys can also find me at Boom Crew Captain on Instagram.
We got some sick fans.
You people love food way too much. The hot dog as a taco thing is one thing.
Yeah.
This is going on a whole new level. God. If you want to see any more of us, yeah, we will talk. If you want to see any more of us, obviously the Facebook.com/TeamXBombSports. On Facebook, follow us there. Also on the YouTube side as well. You guys can find us on YouTube.com/XBombSports. Also, so make sure to check us out there too. If you want to follow us anymore on our social media, at XBombSports on Instagram and on Twitter too. You guys can follow us where we'll give you updates on the show and things like that. We're going to get right back into that here at some point soon too. We also want to make sure you guys have any questions or comments. Hit us up with the email xbforceofficial@gmail.com for apparently everything at this point. You lovely, weird fans. You can hit us up there. Also, real quick, too, we'll do the podcast stuff. Check out Blow the Whistle on the radio side, 2 to 4 p.m. Monday. We'll be going live again. Actually, this upcoming Wednesday, we'll be going live, so be on the lookout for that. TV side will to be determined. We are still figuring that out, so be on the lookout for that. We'll give you that information. Check out our boy Brandon Januska at 94.3 WMKR. If you're going down south near Taylorville, he's doing Genuine Radio and 90s Classic Hour at 9. You also want to check his podcast out on Spotify. It's Baseball Banter with Brandon. And if you're on Spotify as well, check out Monday Motivation with Hannah B. You can check her out there on Spotify as well. And also check her out on the radio at 102.3 XLC doing the afternoon drive. She just finished up. You can also hear her on the mornings at 96.7 The Star, doing the morning show with Eddie Volkman, the famous Eddie Volkman himself, as well as you can check out our guys at the Parlay. It's Tony Lopez and our boy Chicago Bull and professional boxer Kendall Gill doing their thing, talking about boxing, MMA, and all kinds of things, combat sports. Like Jake Paul, come on, man. Let's go. Stop pussyfooting around. Let's do this.
Jake Paul. Meow.
Meow. And also too, ladies.
Jake Paul, meow. What a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. And if you guys
Let's
want
fight 50-year-old retired MMA fighters.
yeah, exactly. Who still took you almost to the cleaners. Let's be honest.
God, I wish.
Ah, so close. Check out our guys also too at Fake Football Guys on YouTube for any of your fantasy football tips and tricks, things like that. You can find them every Tuesday. We're doing the show Fake Football Guys live on YouTube, producing it for JC and Dustin, doing their thing. Real quick too, shout out to our boy D in the back. Congratulations, man, doing a first full show like that, man. Great stuff.
Good work.
Love it, man. Absolutely good stuff. Shout out to our man TJ in the back as well. Oh, doing his, doing the teaching thing, ladies and gentlemen, helping our man D out there. We appreciate you guys so much. And that's going to do it for the show here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, we won't be here tomorrow, but we will see you guys next week for another fun one. And as always, much love. Peace out, Boom Crew.